Ha what it do, what it do, what it do. This is your number one crew, and officially, welcome back to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your guy, Jade, aka Mr. Mike Drop. You can see me, not John Cena. I am the Oracle.
Okay. I'm gonna take one. What's it? This your boy Jade, 50 grand. Even though it doesn't rhyme, Jade, whatever. Because we back in the building. So, aka Mr. Rand.
Hey, yo, this is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka Wednesday Night Trey.
Oh God, here we go.
Hey man,
y'all back. Episode 88.
This is not a figment of your imagination. We are back together in the same room with your number one crew. God damn, it feels good. Boy, you know, we had to kiss the Holy Grail, you know. This couch. Oh, shit. See, bloopers happen. This couch, man, it just brings some powers, man. The powers to be, like, we give y'all the best content when we're all together in the same room. Mind you, we gave y'all some really good content when it's the three of us. I just feel like when it's the three of us, it's just, like, uncanny. I've received some positive feedback, like, you, Mr. Rand.
I mean, I always get good feedback back. I'm not even gonna lie, man. We always get, you know, people that just randomly hit us up and say, "Yo, I listened to that episode."
Yeah.
I had a friend that said, "Yo, listen to your episode. Did you get your Fox back?" Like, just people just, you know, listening to stuff that we think. So
the feedback that I got is like, mind you, it wasn't no like remorse on, you know, saying that me and you do a bad job when we doing Beyond the Ropes, but it's just saying like, with you being there and it being the three of us, like that jump just hits at a whole nother pillar.
The dynamic changes when all three of us aren't there.
Man, perfect trio.
Well, first of all, you know, I'm sorry. You know, it's the summertime. In the summertime, but
yeah.
I be on the move, so you know.
Jet ski riding.
Motorcycle driving.
See what happens, y'all. But we gonna keep this ball rolling, man.
We're in the fall now, so my ass is at home. So we good.
So Trey, you want to go ahead and start these topics? So Mr. Topic Man.
Well, with it being Wednesday night, you know, it's time for AEW Dynamite, and tonight is the show, Grand Slam.
Yes, it is grand.
It is grand.
It's just grand because y'all actually get the podcast. Like that just makes it even much better. You know?
Grand with the slam.
So this is actually going to be an impromptu watch along, pretty much. But want to just go over some of the matches. The match that just happened was Claudio Castagnoli, I believe, versus Eddie Kingston. Title for title. It was Eddie's New Japan title. Remember what it's called?
Nope.
All right, so his New Japan title versus Claudio's ROH World Heavyweight Championship. The match just happened and Eddie won.
Yep. In front of his home crowd.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna win. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. Let's have a real talk about the Blackpool Combat Club.
Who really cared about Claudio taking a New Japan belt? Did anybody really care?
Nah.
Okay, all right. Next.
I mean, I feel like just you look at the dynamic of the match. Claudio's held that belt
It
for 6 months.
It was time for new champion.
So Claudio finally got his World Heavyweight Championship. It came from ROH, but he still finally got a World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I didn't really follow ROH like that, so I didn't really watch his title reign. But he's been on AEW most of the time anyway.
Exactly.
So, but he's been involved in gang warfare, if you will. With the Blackpool Combat Club, beefing with the Elite, beefing with who was they beefing with?
Everybody.
Best Friends.
Yeah, everybody.
That's because ROH is not a brand.
They are a brand.
It still has
They have multiple titles.
I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that ROH is kind of like Claudio carrying the Cruiserweight Championship.
You talk about the purple Cruiserweight?
Yeah, the purple Cruiserweight. That's all I'm saying. That's the effect that ROH has, in my opinion, on AEW.
He about to start
pissing
Trey off.
I said what I said.
I'm about to be an instigator today.
Man, hold on. So I'm about to pull up the rest of these matches.
Because he, like he said, nobody followed ROH.
I did.
Do you watch ROH?
I know, but it's still legit.
Okay.
No.
All right.
EC3's the NWA champion. I mean, what's up?
Don't get me started on that.
Oh, Jesus.
But okay, so tonight, we just had that match. Then Moxley is going against Rey Fenix to defend his international championship.
And a who bleeds more match.
Saraya is going against Tony Storm for the women's championship.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho is going against Sammy Guevara for the first time. And MJF and Samoa Joe are going to fight for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, the Triple B, the Big Burberry belt. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
There you go. I got it right.
He got excited about that.
I did.
His number one slime, MJF, is fighting.
My favorite wrestler AEW. Come on, man.
I thought you were going to say of all time. I was about to say, whoa, pause.
Nah. What? Nah. Y'all the ones that be confusing me when I speak, I'm thinking about
Current. Yeah.
Not just...
Trust, we got to understand it. When you speak, it's current.
Yes, it's current. It's not all time. I let it be known when it's all time.
Yeah.
So when I say MJF is the number one heel, well, he's not even the number one heel now. Oh, question. Who's a bigger babyface, him or Cody?
MJF.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger heel of him? Or
No,
what?
bigger babyface. Right now, today. You think Cody's still a bigger face than MJF?
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, okay.
Only reason I would probably say Cody is because WWE is still bigger and they reach a wider audience.
Yeah.
But honestly, MJF is probably just as big, if not bigger, pause than Cody.
I could agree. I feel like just the dynamic, the shift that MJF has had, like, I think it gives just more appeal with his babyface because you don't know what you're gonna get. You're on that cusp of thinking that he's gonna be a heel, right?
And
he's gonna break that.
And you actually saw the transition from heel to tweener to face.
Yeah,
like Cody, he came in as a face.
Cody is Captain Saberho.
Let's not don't disrespect Cody.
I'm not disrespecting Cody. I'm just saying, like,
he's a cookie cutter.
He is the ultimate babyface.
He is.
He is the face of the company.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
Cody's a
okay.
superstar.
MJF is not the face of the company.
Yes, he is now. He is now.
I give you that one. He is now. Yeah, potentially now. Okay.
He is now.
He is now. But what I'm saying is that when you think about the face of the company, you're gonna picture Cody before you picture MJF.
MJF would
absolutely.
And to promote this event, he was at the Mets game throughout the first pitch. He was on some network news show. Same way WWE used to be ushering out their champions to the Today Show. MJF was doing that.
Let's end the debate here, okay? Who's going to sell more tickets? All right. If you had a booth with Cody Rhodes and a booth with MJF, who do you think the fans are going to come out and buy more tickets from?
Now, are we talking?
No,
I already said Cody's bigger.
Cody.
Okay.
I said MJF.
Because WWE is the bigger brand.
MJF has the grown-up appeal. Cody Rhodes has the kid appeal.
Yeah. I'll give you that one.
All right, thank you. That's it.
I'll give you that one.
Oh, look at Sammy coming out with the
So you said
the glow in the dark vest like Jericho, getting wrapped out by Swerve's homeboy.
Cody Rhodes is for us, and MJF is more of the Jake Paul for the kids.
No, other way around.
Yeah.
MJF is for us.
That's what.
No, I said MJF is for the grown-ups.
For the kids.
He said MJF for the grown-ups.
Cody
ain't for the grown-ups.
That's what he said.
No, I said Cody's for the kids. MJF
I
is for the grown-ups.
was at that Raw in Charlotte. Cody is for the children.
Cody Rhodes is the replacement to John Cena.
Very
so for the children.
I'll give that one.
Yeah.
Women and children.
He just doesn't have all the colors.
John Cena not for us.
Women and children.
John Cena ain't never been for us.
Yes, he is. Don't give it. Don't.
John Cena has been for us.
Nah, man. Ever since he got stabbed by B Squared.
Oh my God.
B Squared stabbed somebody for him. It was all downhill after that.
Can we move forward?
Oh,
please?
okay. So, all right. So the match on now is Jericho versus Sammy. Who you got?
I hope Sammy so Jericho can finally retire.
I don't think it's gonna be a retirement match.
I hope so.
It's. I got Sammy.
Sammy
I feel like Jericho's on his put over wave. Like he's putting all these young talent over as he departs from wrestling.
Jericho started to remind me of Bret Hart when he came back and tried to make that last ditch run.
Oh, when he was
and Vince McMahon kept calling him a broken down warhorse.
Yeah,
that's what Jericho reminded
me. Yeah, that's when he became the general manager, and I'm just trying to keep this damn train moving. You know?
I was just waiting to see what Jericho was going to say. That was for him.
The disrespect. Bret Hart hadn't wrestled in how long? Jericho's on TV every day. Well, every week. Just had a really good match with Will Ospreay, who was probably the best wrestler in the world.
Really, it was all right. It was really good. All right, well, let me say.
Who's probably the best wrestler? If you want to objectively, the best wrestler in the world. Like who? Like, y'all argue with me on that? Will Ospreay?
No, I agree. I agree 2 podcasts ago.
Okay, so
the best wrestler in the world.
I said arguably, objectively.
Okay.
All right. So who you got in the Saraya versus Toni Storm?
Saraya. There's no way that you take that title away from her.
She just got it. Yeah. No,
this is her first defense, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no way you do that.
Okay.
You're borderline new champion versus 3-time champion. I mean,
yeah.
If you want to lose money, go ahead and have Toni Storm win.
All right, Moxley versus Phoenix.
I'm going to say Ray Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ray Phoenix. I know Moxley just won the title.
You know, he just came out and said he has arthritis.
I bet he does have arthritis. I bet he does.
It's not funny.
Listen. It freaking is funny, man. It's hilarious.
It's not funny.
It is funny. It is.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Man, listen, I have nothing. I'm not gonna say I have nothing against Moxley. Every fiber of my bone really wants to like Moxley, right? I really want him to be. I'm not gonna say top 5 on my list. You know what I'm saying? But I want him to be high up there in my list.
Oh, he's number 1 bleeder in my list.
Hey.
But the quality of his matches that he's had lately, it's like it's too much. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's getting to like a cringe effect, right? We discussed this before last time. Not every match that he has to be bloodshed. Right?
Trey's argument was that he doesn't let himself heal. So it opens up old wounds, right? That's in the process of healing. I can see that for subjectively that, but to your point, which I've stated too, here goes another Moxley bloodfest.
Yeah, so we already know what we're going to get with this match, right?
Yeah.
Some high flying from Ray Phoenix.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Some brawling from Moxley.
And then somehow, some way, Moxley's going to start.
As long as the chicken skewers don't make an appearance, I'm good.
Yeah. They need to put that shit in the box, right?
What do you say
in Bad Boys? We're going to take this shit and put it in the box, and we're going to throw that bitch in the ocean, and the only way you can get it is you got to be Jaku.
So? All right, so I'm a you said Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Moxley. Somebody from the Blackpool got rid of it.
I'm gonna go with Moxley. I don't think Moxley's gonna drop the title so fast.
Yeah.
All right. And then the main event, Samoa Joe versus MJF.
MJF next. I mean,
he said it for all of us.
They're not putting the AEW championship on freaking Samoa Joe.
Hey, so he gonna keep getting disrespected by every promotion he's in?
Yes.
Did he get it in TNA?
What?
The Impact Championship?
Yeah.
That was the only place that he was on top.
He won it once.
And then that's why
he won it in NXT.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody was mad, because when he left NXT. Didn't he leave like why he was on top at NXT? Like it took him all that time to finally get up there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he got the championship, it kind of like dropped
They
it the first time,
they fast
he was
forward
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then how do you feel about them going back to all the way back to when Samoa Joe pushed him in NXT when MJF was a security guard when he was walking out? How they went back to that, that story?
That's the one thing I like about AEW, that they can
the story wise.
They do capitalize on the complete history, not just the AEW history.
Yeah.
So that in that aspect,
like I said 2 weeks ago, like WWE just started embarking on everybody's past thing. They just don't verbally say it. Like MJF said when I was a newcomer trying to get into WWE, like he verbally said WWE. Yeah. The only time WWE will mention AEW is if it's a diss. Mm-hmm. Or they'll say the other promotion or stuff like that. Like
what's so they beneath them? That's a second tier company.
So you can name them.
You don't name a second tier. They ain't worth mentioning.
Well, we'll see with
peasants.
We'll see what happens with this new addition that they're about to have.
Hey, I think
I'm gonna get into that.
I think with this merger, finally, like this damn buyout finally been done. It's been public now. You know,
TKO.
They were on the little what is it? The trading floor and everything, hitting the bell.
You know what's funny?
Could you see now? Active UFC and TKO. Could you see like active people on their roster making appearances at WWE events?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Depending on what level, like you could possibly see somebody who's trying to make a name for themselves, kind of has a name for themselves. No old head. They either have to be retired or upcoming. I don't think in the middle of like John Bones Jones, right? I can see him making an appearance, right? He's at that pinnacle.
He's made a name for himself.
Yeah, he's made a name for himself, but he's at that pinnacle where, 2 more losses, he might be done. You get what I'm saying? Like he's at the top of his game.
So you can see John Jones possibly doing a match at like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you already know what they already have a built-in storyline / feud.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor versus the Paul brothers.
True.
Okay.
Jake has already made an appearance on WWE TV. Mm-hmm. Logan is a current superstar, and they've been beefing with Conor forever. So with this merger,
Conor would step into a WWE ring.
Absolutely. And have a match with Logan.
I do believe that
with Jake in Logan's corner, and then Conor bring somebody, maybe even the guy that Logan's about to fight, Dylan Dennis, maybe bring him.
I will have to say that I do believe that this buyout has created a bunch of possibilities for the company.
Yeah.
Right. We already know that WWE was like the pinnacle of wrestling, and this is where everybody wanted to get to in their career. Yeah, we do have other brands and companies, AEW and Impact and stuff like that. NWA, all those. But with this buyout, this is making it like the ultimate. You know what I'm saying?
It opens up more
possibilities of what could go down.
And it opens up, mind you, WWE has already hit that international platform.
Yeah.
But look at the gateway that it opens up for the international platform. Like, you look at UFC owns Power Slap, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a part of TKO too. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at 3 different avenues that you could go to compete and do all this kind of crazy stuff.
And the fact that WWE already does business in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And then UFC have their stuff in Saudi Arabia.
Well, plus we've also had several WWE superstars that have transitioned to UFC, right? And then we have a bunch of UFC fighters who have transitioned to WWE.
Right.
So it's just a network of back and forth.
It definitely solidifies somebody like Ronda Rousey in both Hall of Fames. You get what I'm saying? Like, boom. Now, my only thing is, like, TKO. Do we see like an evolution of some kind of more hardcore type wrestling with WWE now? You think they're gonna? I think it would just depend on who is actually in particular matches.
I don't think it'll be a company-wide thing.
I really don't see them incorporating too much aspect of TKO into WWE.
Now, what about changing the dynamic of certain matches? Like, we already got War Games, we already got Elimination Chamber and stuff like that. Could we see like it being more of a octagonal appearance?
Okay, so with that, it's a great, that's a great question that you just asked, right? We already got a taste of that with Ronda versus Shayna, right?
They was hitting each other for real.
And that, I mean, come on, Shayna showed up with the black eye to show that they were hitting each other for real.
Yeah.
Right? So now that we already got a small taste of that at SummerSlam, and that was just with the women. I mean, ain't no telling what can happen with the men. I mean, yeah, is it staged? A lot more of it is staged than anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is that something that you could see?
I mean, think about it. If you look back at NXT and go back to that match between Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
If you let Matt Riddle go,
he
like
go.
take the chains off and let him go, he can go.
Yeah.
And just put him in there with somebody that he can trust they can actually get a little free with their hands and movements. And put him in there with somebody that he trusts. That trust each other, and I think that you could have a match like that.
But also do the story like it's supposed to.
But
do
see,
the dance.
The only downfall that I would have to say that come from this is one.
This ain't gonna be the brawl for all.
You have to look at the fact of that UFC TKO. Okay, these people have one match and they don't fight again
for 6 months.
For 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be even up to a year, depending on who the person is.
Right.
Right. So to have a UFC style match in WWE where they got to turn around and show up the very next night or Monday Night Raw or whatever brand that they're on, I don't really see how well that will translate unless majority of it is staged.
That or is specifically for pay-per-view. I don't think that we will ever get something like that on free TV with them.
Yeah, but even pay-per-view, because like I said, the pay-per-view is Saturday night, so they only got Sunday to rest up, and then Monday.
I would say that what would need to happen is that match would need to be the blow off to a feud to where it will make sense for them to be gone for that long.
Like an end of a feud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it will make sense for them to be gone for 6 months after that kind of match.
Yeah.
Now, and the winner, they don't have to fight; they can just show up.
But see, I don't see that. I don't see that type of match happening with a top tier champion.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
If they lose. Like if Roman was in a type of match like that and he lost, him being gone for 6 to 8 months would make sense.
Yeah, but I don't think Roman would ever be in that type of match.
I know, but you said a champion, so
I know. I'm just saying, like I mean, I don't even think it would
like
be
Gunther. If Gunther was in a match like that with Ilya Dragunov or whatever, they hit hard.
Yeah.
That match that they had when Ilya beat him for the UK championship. Yeah. Like if they had a match like that and Gunther went away for 6 months, that would make sense.
Okay, I can do that one.
Yeah.
So it just depends on everybody. Don't need to have a match like that either. That's the one thing. Of course, my problem with not AEW, WWE is, you know how they do.
They try to capitalize on.
They have success with one. Now every feud is going to have one. Then it's not going to be a blow off match. It's going to be the first match.
So do you think that So would you say the Shayna and Ronda was successful?
Yeah, for what it was.
The way that match was built up and then
she retired.
And the outcome of it, do you think it was a successful outcome?
The outcome, yes. The build up, no. Okay, so when it first started, it didn't make sense, right? Yeah. Then towards the middle, okay, now we're starting to get some friction on what this is about to be about. Something that we've been looking for at least the last 3 years is like, when are we going to get Shayna versus Ronda? We finally get it. Gloves are off. We actually get the MMA style that they were both trained under in a match. Holy shit. Yes, that was successful for the both of them.
Okay.
For their type of match and their type of fighting, yes, it was successful. So you take somebody like Matt Riddle and Brock Lesnar, you might have success with that. Why? They both have been in that platform. Matt Riddle, CM Punk, Matt Riddle, and just people who have that experience of being in that type of circumstance.
Don't put CM Punk and WWE in the same sentence. Okay?
We don't get to that.
But before, the only thing that I was gonna say is it's kind of messed up. You know, you have Triple H ringing the bell for TKO to hit NASDAQ. Oh shit, he won.
Oh, Jericho won. Okay, let's just gonna keep the story going.
But with NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange and stuff like that, then boom, we get reports that Triple H is not on the board. He still had a creator.
Well, he stepped down. He been stepped down. Though. Triple H stepped down from the board. I think it was like weeks before the final merger went through. So we already knew that he's not going to be on the board.
But Vince is.
No, he's not on the
Vince
board.
Is not on the board.
Nick Khan is on the board.
He's not on the board, but Vince still has
controlling stake of the company.
Yeah, he still has control of WWE.
He just no longer has the final say in what goes on.
He has nothing to do with TKO. He only has something to do with WWE.
I think the days of Vince changing shit last minute and
that's
all that,
done.
I think that's done.
No, it's not. Because he literally just did it on Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to get to it because we're not on that part yet, but he just did it on Monday. But let's move on to...
I think Triple H, before I don't move on, but I would say I think Triple H serves a better role in creative.
Yeah, he does.
Definitely. I think so.
Yeah. But we were going to talk about WWE's new attraction.
We can do that.
Yeah, that's what we were
what everybody is saying is rumored to be true, saying that this person will be at the Performance Center this week.
She was there because they have the photos of her at the Performance Center that I don't know if you can say they were leaked or if they posted up or what the hell. That angle was awful.
Well, Jade, they let it be known it's a she.
It's a she. Yes. And
go ahead and say who it is.
It's my boo. Miss Jade, even though we don't know if that's what her name is going to be or if she's going to go by Jade. But, you know, for everybody who don't know.
I'm just going to say her name's probably going to be Storm.
Oh, my God. I would dig Storm. I can dig Storm.
Yeah.
If she goes by Storm, I'm down for it.
It's the hair.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Jade has been spotted
Cargill
at the WWE Performance Center. No, there's been no official word yet that she has signed with WWE, but there was a photo that dropped online of her at the Performance Center.
Was it a current one or was it one with her with the short hair?
I don't know if it was current
because she did train there before, but they never signed her.
So it could have been an old training photo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like we're being punked right now. Like the photo popped up, and online, and I can't tell if it's old or new or not because she changes her hairstyle so much. She could change it from long to short, short to long, whatever she decides to do. But if she does sign with WWE, what do y'all think? NXT or straight to the main roster?
Well, first of all, let's say that she had her final match
with Chris Statlander,
and they showed her going away ceremony
after the match.
Something that's uncanny for Jade. She broke kayfabe. She hugged Chris Statlander, right?
Yep.
So we all knew that was it for her. We knew
her contract from AEW has expired.
It's expired.
Yes, it's expired. We don't know if she has to serve a non-compete clause.
Probably
or
not because it expired.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They still even
if they don't let you go, sometimes they have a clause in there that if you don't, you gotta wait the 90 days.
Yeah. So back to what you were saying. NXT main roster, right? Based upon what we've seen throughout her career with AEW, I say NXT.
What?
And I'm gonna tell you this, right? Jade is an athlete, right?
Okay.
She is not a headliner yet. Mind you, there's still girls on the main roster that are wet behind the ears.
Yeah, no.
But if you want her to be who she needs to be on the main roster, you put her down there for 6 months at least. You put her in NXT for 6 months. Let her run rampage as this big dominant person. Then boom, like they said, Royal Rumble, have her there. And that's where you submit her to the main roster.
So this is the only reason why I would say different, okay? I kind of agree with some of the stuff you're saying, right? I don't see Jade coming to WWE signing with them, and then going to NXT for the simple fact that she served all that time as the TBS Women's Champion, right? She's already been on the B show. She put her time in on the B show.
Okay.
The reason why she's not re-signing her contract, I feel like, is because she wanted to move up and be TNA Women's Champion, and they were holding her back. And they were basically saying, like, oh, not right now. Your time is going to come, but not right now. Not right now.
I get it.
But yeah, you get people like Saraya that come in.
Saraya,
and then Tony Storm and all these other ex-WWE,
you know, first.
And then you put them straight to the TNA Women's Championship
AEW
picture. I'm sorry. AEW.
We know what you mean.
Women's Championship pictures, right? But you got Jade that's been down here grinding the TBS champion.
I agree with that. I agree with
so that situation, and I feel like everything that she's done and built up with the TBS Women's Championship, right? I don't see her going and doing it all over again with the NXT, because that's basically her starting over again.
And also, there are rumors that WWE has already started working on creative for her.
Okay, so
that to me sounds like
I don't foreshadow or overlook everything that you just said. Makes sense, and I would, for her, I would love it, right? And Triple H really has to go all out with her creative for it to work. Now, we look at this too. Who was AEW competing with? Was it WWE as a whole, or was it NXT?
NXT.
Exactly.
They can't compete with WWE.
Right. So
yeah, but they blew NXT out the water.
Of course.
All right.
That's the third rate show. They're supposed to blow them out the water.
Now, would Jade help NXT blow AEW out the water?
Absolutely not.
It doesn't matter what talent you put on NXT. NXT itself would never beat the ratings of AEW. Now,
they might be Rampage. That's about it.
Here's where I see this going, right? Let's just say, okay, Jade she gets signed to WWE, all right? We already know, we've seen the little leaks of, Jade, Bianca, the Prophets, Bobby Lashley, kind of new Hurt Business thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see Jade going straight into the women's title picture. No, don't see that happening.
Right.
As of right now. What I do see is Jade and Bianca women's tag team champions.
I want that.
Okay.
I want
and
that.
Then I see the Street Profits, WWE unified tag team champions, right? Because now that we lost the Usos, and the fact that the belt is on Judgment Day right now, we know that's not going to last long, because somehow, some way, that's going to blow up,
right? Because
Damian Priest still has to cash in that Money in the Bank, okay? And then I don't know what the picture is for Bobby. I don't know if Bobby is going to assume more of a manager type role, or if he's going to be like an active, because she's going to wrestle. Yeah, of course he's going to wrestle. But is it more of him developing and pushing the Profits, right? I think that's what it's going to go with.
That's what it's starting out as.
If anything, I could see Bobby Lashley getting the United States Championship. That's what I can see. Him beat Rey Mysterio for the United States.
He had much success with that. Yeah. And I could see them feuding with LWO. Yeah. Whatever their group name is going to be.
That's what I see. And to me, that would make Hurt Business 2.0
let's hold on.
dominant as hell.
Do you think he's going to be Rey, or do you think he's going to be Escobar?
I don't know, because I'm still waiting to figure out when the hell this Rey Escobar shit is coming.
Well, Escobar has to get healthy.
Well, true. I guess that's one of the major things that we're waiting for.
He has to get healthy. And then,
okay, so if you put it that way, depending on the timeline, most likely it's going to be Escobar.
Because what it's looking like is Rey's going to get kicked out of the LWO. That's the way it's leaning, because that them two dudes, I don't know their names, I apologize, LWO. The two dudes in the tag team, they are going to ride with Escobar. Yeah. And you already know that Rey, because Rey's on, at the end, and we already spoke about this. We think that Dom should retire Ray,
Mm-hmm.
but Ray is probably going to put over Escobar, and then have LWO turn into a heel faction. Now, the Street Profits and Lashley, they're not really heels.
Yes, they are. They're heels.
They're still kind of tweeners to me.
How?
Because they get cheered.
Because they still get cheered. Bobby Lashley literally comes out and plays to the crowd.
I get what you're saying.
He pumps his fist to the music and he does all this stuff. He's really just trying to get the Street Profits to have more edge.
Okay.
He's just trying to get them to be more
think
aggressive.
their actions,
They're gonna be
even though
they're going to be hits.
Even though I wouldn't know because I haven't had Fox in the last 4 months, so I can only see what I can see on the little replays, the SmackDown replays and everything. But I mean, okay, I agree with you. If they're not fully healed, they're going to be hit. I agree with that.
And it's WWE's fault for doing it because WWE right now is overly heelish, right?
There are too many heels.
Too many. And it's too many heel factions.
Yes.
Right? Too many heel groups.
I mean, pretty much all the factions are healed.
Yeah.
If you think about it,
so
all of them are.
Except for the LWO.
So I don't see them.
LWO and the OC. Those are the only two.
And you never see the good
You don't ever even see the OC together, really. Honestly.
Nah, they're just talking.
Unless it's backstage on camera.
Only Meechin and AJ been getting matches. And then when Gallows and Anderson do fight, they get squashed.
I'm surprised they came back. Honestly.
They're honestly, it's looking like they about to turn on AJ.
No, I don't think so. Not right now.
But that'd be another heel.
They need the OC to stay together because they don't have nothing else for them.
Yeah. So my last thing on Jade is if the timeline goes the way it's supposed to,
she's going to be with the tag team champion.
He's also saw what was the purpose of bringing? I understand what the purpose of bringing Becky Lynch to NXT.
Thank you. You transition right into the next topic.
Yeah, Becky Lynch to NXT is to get the title that she never won. But
the only purpose of that was to make her Grand Slam champion.
Yes, exactly.
That's
it. Okay, who's to say she doesn't stay until the appearance of Jade?
I'm not saying that she won't, and I'm not saying that Jade won't premiere on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance that she might have a match or two on NXT, but she is not staying on NXT long in running that brand like Mandy did.
No, she ain't
as the NXT women's
because
champion.
she's still a Raw player. So, but go into the next.
So, we just touched on it. So Becky Lynch went down to NXT and beat Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this goes back to a discussion we had a while ago when I said that I did not like main roster talent going to NXT and taking their belts. The only person I'm actually cool with doing it is Dom.
Yeah.
Because he probably should have been in NXT from the jump.
Yeah.
And he continuously fights. He fights every week on NXT.
And he
defending that belt and fights on Raw. But I didn't like when Dolph Ziggler came down and beat Braun Breaker for the men's title, NXT Championship. I hated that. I hated the fact that they unified the NXT Women's Tag Team with the current Women's Championship.
Actually, the Women's Tag Team division is
awful. And then this one, I understand the point was they're building up Tiffany Stratton because she's eventually going to move up. And it was a really good match between her and Becky. And I think Tiffany is good enough to move up. But I just don't understand the point of bringing Becky down there. Just like when they had Charlotte beat Rhea for it.
I told you, the only point was to make her Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which is annoying because at first they said the NXT championships didn't mean anything.
But now they want to
now they want to add it to their legacy, which actually gives Charlotte an extra title reign.
Yeah. All they want to do is just establish it as another brand.
I have a synopsis to this. Right? They moved Becky Lynch because Nia Jax is coming back.
I believe that too.
And it's bad blood still there, so they got to make sure that Becky's straight and Nia Jax is straight. I feel like that's because as soon as Becky moved, as soon as Becky went in front of NXT, Nia Jax came.
Here's the thing about Nia Jax that
I'm glad she's back.
I'm glad that she's back. But you mean to tell me that you bring Nia Jax back and you immediately insert her into the title picture?
Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
did.
basically.
They did. Yeah.
And not ironically, this could just be them trolling us. It says Nia Jax injured Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez on last week's Raw.
On the same night.
Same night.
They said it Monday that she injured him.
I think that's part of the storyline. And I think they're playing on the storyline because Nia Jax has been known to carelessly injure.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. That bonsai drop that she did on Rhea, that was literally all ass to chest. Like it was no.
Well, we know you couldn't do that on Charlotte because she would have popped one of those things. She didn't have enough of them popped.
But she got no taken out though. But she literally, you seen her feet was flat like that, so it was straight weight on Rhea. But she did it this past Monday, and she braced herself with her feet, so it was just like, ooh.
So do you see Nia Jax being the one to dethrone Rhea?
The only way I would see, but this is why I'm mad that they put the title on Becky, because the only way that I would like that is if Nia beat Rhea and then Becky came to beat Nia.
Why not? The way that they do Becky, the way that WWE does things.
I don't need her having
they'll
two
make
belts.
her 2 belts.
I don't need her being 2-belt Becky with the NXT championship.
Well, they would do it in a heartbeat.
I know they would. I don't want it.
They'd do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, and going back to when I said that Vince still has his hands in the mix, on Monday night, I texted y'all and I said, I'm done with Natty. Like, I'm done with her.
Oh, yeah.
That was originally supposed to be Tegan Nox accepting that open challenge from Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch specifically asked for Tegan Nox to be her opponent. And Vince said no, because he wanted her first defense of the title on Raw to be against somebody that's known and that's been on TV. And Tegan hasn't been on TV in forever. You know, that's creative's fault.
Yeah.
But, yes, that's why when I said Vince still has his hands in things, he literally changed the match.
Where's Natty? Where's Natty?
Where's Natty?
Where's Natalia?
Tegan Nox.
Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox. I want Natalia.
You mean the girl that choke slams like Kane? Nobody's gonna remember that crap.
Listen, when it comes down to the women's division, we've already said this several times, right? I feel like WWE gets a point where they have a very solid, very strong women's division, right?
Yeah.
But that's only whenever they have Becky Lynch, at the time, Sasha Banks,
Bayley,
Charlotte, Bayley, you know, when they were all healthy, Liv, Asuka, all of them. When they have all of them rolling, Bianca too, when they have all of them rolling and they were all in the mix and everything, even though they were on different brands. Yeah. That's when the women's division
this is a question.
I'm not feeling Shotzi in that hairstyle. Like, I'm not feeling that.
And number one, where the hell is Xia Li? Yeah. But then my question is, going back to Jade. So we saw what they did with her with AEW. Now, we all agree that she should have been pushed after her title defense was ended. She should have been pushed to the AEW women's main title picture. How much faith do you have that WWE is going to do more with her than AEW did? AEW did give her the longest reign in AEW women's history.
I have zero faith in WWE when it comes down to that.
I have faith in NXT. Look who's running it. It's Shawn Michaels.
I have zero faith
in Road Dogg in the performance.
But do you want to go just to be the top dog on NXT?
I'm not saying
top dog on Raw or SmackDown.
Okay. NXT right now has a better women's division than Raw and SmackDown put together.
They do.
That's why I said that's a good look for her.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I just don't.
I know that platform. I know because she's already been on Big Air TV, and that's like a step down compared to that. But
she was literally the main person, the main champion. That was the Rampage was her show. Yeah, because she defended her title all the time on there.
That's like her going from
it's like a lateral move.
Yeah,
it's a lateral move.
No, that is not a lateral move. That's a downgrade.
It is downgrade.
That's a downgrade.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Rampage to me is like SmackDown. So that would be like her leaving SmackDown and then going to NXT. Basically what Becky just did.
Okay.
And the only reason why Becky did it was so that she could be that Grand Slam champion.
So I mean, WWE Women's Division does not have a mid-card title, so
I told you they need to turn the NXT Women's Championship into a mid-card
They
title.
do need to turn it into a mid-card title.
They need to just go ahead and do it because now you have because they have Dom competing every week on NXT. They started having Rhea defending her championship against NXT talent. So if you're going to have at this point, if you're having the women's heavyweight championship, not heavy, but women's championship getting defended on NXT, and then you have the NXT women's championship getting defended on Raw, what's the point? What's the point?
That's why I said, what's the point of even having a draft? Like, to get your main superstars on certain shows.
Has Io even defended her championship?
No.
She defends it this Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against Asuka.
Yeah.
Okay, in a rematch.
Yeah.
Well, not a rematch, but
I mean, okay. There's a lot of things.
For the women right now, I just feel like they have the wrong people holding championships.
I totally agree with that. I think that's
Io?
one of...
Yes. I don't feel like
Io should have never won that.
Is she deserving to have a title shot? Yes. Is she deserving to have a title reign? No.
So the problem is that,
explain
okay,
yourself.
Explain myself?
Yes.
She's been a workhorse, right? For damage control, right? She's been basically the superstar. She outperformed Bayley. Should she have gotten the title shot? Yeah, she won Money in the Bank. Give her a title shot. She won it. I don't expect her to have a long title reign. They should have pulled the plug. Becky turned on her.
I'm gonna tell you what this is what
Bayley.
This is my opinion on it, okay? And I want you to think about this, all right? When we got to the end of, let's just say, people like Stone Cold, The Rock, right? Even Undertaker, because he wasn't, even though he was showing up on WrestleManias, he wasn't challenging for titles anymore and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
When we got to the end of those careers, what happened? You had certain people finally step up and kind of take that mantle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the John Cena, it was the Randy Ortons and stuff like
Batista.
that. Yeah, the Batista. And then when they finally started to fizzle out, and we're like, okay, who's going to be the next group of people to finally kind of step up and take that? You know, it was the Seth Rollins, it was the Roman Reigns, it was, you know, things like that, right? So for the women's division, we don't have anybody, in my opinion, that can step up for the Charlotte, for the Sasha,
for the Becky.
For the Becky.
I think Tiffany.
Huh?
I think Tiffany Stratton is one.
She's unproven though.
She proved herself against Becky.
What I get that.
On NXT. But
I'm talking about
on the main roster.
Okay, so he's talking about like, all right. So,
on the main roster, the only person that I could see that could possibly
trying to do it with Zoe,
hold the audience and keep the audience would be the Liv, right?
Yeah.
What's the other girl that's gone right now? She's out. You got Liv, the chick that was with Bray Wyatt.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
But I put Alexa Bliss with Charlotte and Becky in them.
Because she's already won the title multiple times. First woman to win both titles.
But she still has time under her belt.
Yeah, she has plenty of time.
So that's the only reason why I still put her in the category of her continue to go, right? But can you see who they got? Can you see Shotzi?
No.
Can you see Raquel Rodriguez?
Yes.
No. Oh yeah, I can.
I can too, but I think that they're doing a piss poor job with her.
Yeah. I think maybe not against Rhea, but maybe on
she needs to beat Rhea.
SmackDown.
She needs to beat Rhea.
So what about LWOs?
Yeah,
Zelina.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
This proves my point.
They
have people. They just aren't doing anything. Like, it's in shambles. Oh, you won.
Yeah, and Moxley did not bleed.
Oh my gosh.
It takes him losing to not bleed.
Moxley did not bleed.
That's all I'm gonna say. So this is the reason why I say that Jade is coming to
main roster.
Okay, but then do you want to see Bianca go from a single star to a tag star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's never done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like
no. I'm just saying.
she's done it. we got a borderline smidgy of her with Sasha as Sasha was phasing out, right?
Yeah.
We got a smidget of what that could look like with Bianca, her being the dominant tag team partner. It's not going to diminish her as that. It's going to be like, damn, she's won it all again. You get what I'm saying? She'll be Grand Slam champion if she wins tag team.
Did Bianca not have one of the longest title reigns as women's champion?
She is the longest.
Yeah. She is the longest, or she's like
of any black champion, number one.
She is the longest women's champion.
She had like 300 days.
That's what I'm saying.
Over a year.
Yeah, right?
Over a year, okay.
So we all know Bianca's going to get a couple more title reigns at any time, right? I would much rather see her right now, especially the way that they push the storylines with couples and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Push the storyline. They did it with Jimmy and Naomi for a little bit. They were pushing, or Jay, and God damn it, you know what I mean?
No. I'm laughing for something else. I'm laughing for what I text y'all.
But I'm just saying they did it with them for a little bit, where they pushed them as the couple.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They would have did it. I believe they would have did it with Charlotte and old buddy
Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade. If he didn't leave, exit so soon.
He coming back.
But let's go ahead and push her, because if Naomi didn't leave, she would have been in the bloodline.
She would have.
She would have definitely been in the bloodline.
Just don't make Jade Bobby Lashley's sister.
Oh my God!
They've already done that.
That story. But look, they're gonna match it physique. She's shredded. Bobby Lashley.
They probably will do some shit like that too.
Come on, I got backup. My little sister. It's like, oh my gosh.
Now that she's back and she's on Raw, and so is Jay. You think Nia Jax can end up in the bloodline?
Okay, I'm not saying that she could end up in the bloodline, but I'm saying that she could possibly be a part of something that involves Jey Uso taking down the Judgment Day.
Her versus Rhea.
In my opinion, the bloodline is done and over.
No, the bloodline
is
not.
It's teetering.
The bloodline is done.
It's teetering.
The bloodline does not work without the Usos.
Well,
I don't care if you got half of them.
I'm gonna tell you.
Well, technically you got two, because Solo's there.
But I'm about to tell you what's about to happen though.
Tell us.
Zilla coming to Raw.
Who?
Zilla. Okay. Umaga's son. He's coming to Raw. He's gonna be Jay's enforcer.
He hasn't even signed with WWE.
No, he's gonna be Jay.
Oh, you said Raw.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't even signed with WWE.
I know, but he's going to.
He's still green.
They're all green.
He ain't too green. I'm telling you, they're gonna pull that trigger. He ain't going to NXT.
All right, so we doing bloodline talk. Let's get to it. So The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN at the NFL at college game day for Colorado. Shout out to Dion. And he said that WrestleMania 39 was penciled in. It was set for him to go against Roman.
Well, he's already confirmed that multiple times.
Yeah. But he also said that he would be okay. He would be down to do it this year or next year at WrestleMania 40.
It doesn't work. They're going to push the Bloodline storyline for another year and a half?
No. This upcoming WrestleMania.
Yeah. This one.
40.
Next year.
Oh, yeah.
April.
In Philly.
Yeah.
I still don't think it works.
It only works if we see The Rock again.
No, this is the... Okay, so...
Never forget the video.
So you mean to tell me
that
what?
Head of the table? Well, who's the head of the table? You're looking at him.
So you mean to tell me that they gonna let Roman drop the titles to The Rock?
No. I never said that it will be...
So he gonna beat The Rock?
Yeah.
Roman it's time for Roman to drop these damn titles, man.
How many times has Roman fought on both nights?
He's never fought on both nights.
Yes, he did. Roman fought. He headlined both WrestleManias.
When?
Both nights of WrestleMania.
No, yeah, because the one night he fought for the tag team titles, and then the other night he defended the championship.
Roman?
Oh, yeah.
Roman's headlined both nights of WrestleMania. He definitely will possibly do it again if this is his extended period leave. So he fights The Rock one night and loses to Cody the next.
Roman should have lost the damn titles
This year.
to Jay at SummerSlam. It should have ended there, right? That would have made all of this so much better.
Yeah,
than
it
what
would
is
have.
now. Right. We haven't fucking seen Roman since
But then you wouldn't
SummerSlam.
but then you wouldn't get The Rock.
You could have still got The Rock.
No,
No, think about it. Hold on. Just think about this, okay? You would have still got The Rock. Because then you would have had a more pissed off Roman going around just acting all crazy and wild and shit, bringing a bad name to the family, and then they could have thrown The Rock in there to kind of set his ass straight. And it still would have worked, Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania.
I hear that, but I feel like after Roman drops them titles, he's gone. So what you're saying, I don't see that happening because you know what I'm saying? Once he drops the title, he's gone.
So who's he losing the title to?
Who, Roman? Cody? He's still gonna lose to
He's
Cody.
still gonna lose to Cody.
But when?
Cody's pulling the trigger where he's going to SmackDown. They're just playing it out long because
I can see that.
he still had to give up something to get Jade Raw, right? So if Jay would have beat Roman, Jay's head of the table.
Yeah.
Jay's the champion, right?
Yeah.
Jay stays there. We already know Jay and Jimmy are fighting at WrestleMania against each other, right? This is how it works. Because Roman is going to go on this rampage and he's going to make appearances on Raw when he does come back saying, I didn't give you authorization to leave. When I say you were gone, I didn't say that you could go to that show.
Well,
I
know
did
that.
It's going to play into it. Boom. I get extra family to have my back. The whole situation with The Rock setting Roman straight, it can still work.
I mean,
and it doesn't have to be for
I fairly believe that War Games is going to be the Bloodline versus whoever Jay gets for his team.
If we get one.
Wow. See, they've already been teasing that War Games would be Judgment Day versus versus Jay, KO,
Sammy,
Cody, and Drew versus the Judgment Day. Because
Judgment Day will still need to pick up two more people.
You got JD McDonough.
That's right.
Dom, Finn, Damien. Yeah, they still need to pick up one person, but I'm pretty sure they can get one person. Not unless Drew. I mean, because Drew was on.
They can do 4-on-4.
They can do 4-on-4.
Okay.
You just wouldn't add Drew in there. Well, actually, you would have to because his beef with Jay.
But Drew could either go to Judgment Day side because of Jay.
My thing is that we don't even know. Honestly, if they do that, if they do that, then I think it might be Jay as that last member, or Jimmy. I'm sorry, as that last member of Judgment Day, because look at the shit that's been going down on SmackDown with Jimmy interfering and getting into Judgment Day business and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it could work.
I think. Well, because my next question would be with the possibility of The Rock returning and having a match with Roman, what does this mean for Cody? Now, you just said that you think that Cody is going to beat him night 2 of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he might as well fight 2 freaking nights. He ain't never going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
So he better put in double work at WrestleMania.
So do we still think that that Cody's going to be a 2-time Royal Rumble winner?
No. We've already remember we stated the fact that we was like Roman's gonna just give him a head start. When Cody does come to SmackDown, Roman was like, you ain't gotta win the Royal Rumble. You facing me. I'm gonna end the story for good.
I mean, could Cody, the only back-to-back Royal Rumble winner is Stone Cold, is it not?
Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels.
No, Shawn Michaels didn't win back-to-back.
No, not back-to-back.
Yeah, Stone Cold. I think Stone Cold the only one to win back-to-back.
Yeah.
Or did Randy Orton win back-to-back too? No, Randy Orton.
He just won 2.
Yeah, Did Edge win back-to-back?
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't win back-to-back. Okay. So, I mean, could Cody win back-to-back? It's been how many years since Stone Cold did that? That was 90-something? 98, 95? 96? The
only difference is Cody probably started as 1. Instead of 30.
If he does do it, he has to run the gauntlet. He doesn't need to come in at number 1. But we need a winner we need a winner that's not in the 20s anymore.
Yeah.
He needs to be
That's the
inside the
problem.
first 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over the 30th, the person that comes in number 30 winning the Royal Rumble.
Well, you know the magical number is 27.
It's not anymore. It used to be 27.
What is it?
It's not anymore. I think the magical number is number 30 now. For the last couple of years, it's been the person that come in number 30. Think about it. It was Cody last year. Before that, it was Edge who came in at 30.
Nah, Edge came mid.
No, Edge did.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
Edge
did.
won the Royal Rumble? No.
He came mid. He wasn't 30. Remember when Edge had long hair?
When Edge came back from
He wasn't 30. He was mid.
We gotta look that up. Because I could have sworn when Edge came back from his injury and he finally showed up at the Royal Rumble, he was number 30.
I don't remember Edge fighting for the title at what you call it.
When he came back from injury, he won the Royal Rumble that year. He lost at WrestleMania.
To who?
Randy Orton.
Let's look this up.
Because then he fought Randy again the following year.
And you talk about in the greatest wrestling match ever?
That was after WrestleMania. When Edge came back from
Because
injury,
I thought Edge first and only title shot since he's been back was against Roman, and it was a triple threat match for
he
Roman
came
and Daniel
back and
Bryan.
he lost at WrestleMania, and then he hasn't had another title match since he fought what's his name? Roman, when he lost to Roman.
Well, whatever the case, Cody.
He came at number 21 in 2020.
Okay, so
21.
but he won it that year.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won it that
Yeah,
year.
he won
He
it
did.
that
He
year.
did win it that year.
So
The question was, what does this mean for Cody?
yeah, I don't see him.
Because if Cody does not beat Roman Reigns, then I feel like it's literally just been a waste of time.
Well, okay, here's the
whole point of him losing to Roman was to eventually beat Roman.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is they saying when his dad first competed for a title, his dad didn't win it the first time. He won it the second time.
Yeah, but we gotta wait a whole nother year.
Long-term storytelling.
Too long, but
Too long.
It's crazy. WWE went from not doing enough storytelling to do storytelling that lasts forever.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
the way that it's looking, they trying to erase Bruno, but that's impossible. They're not gonna do that.
For him to be,
Roman Reigns holds this title until
He has to
WrestleMania
hold it 5
41.
years.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He has to hold it for another 4 or 5 years. That's not happening.
Yeah,
I think the fans will fuck. I think the
He
fans
just
will
collected.
right.
He just collected days at this point. So
Exactly.
That's
That's
not
all-
even defending it.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Roman in the top. What? He's at number 4 right now.
5.
He's at number 5.
Yeah, because Bruno got 2 spots in the top
He does
5.
have two spots.
And
And then
so
Hogan has one of
They're
those.
trying to erase Hogan little by little. People, they will
He
not
passed
say
him on
it.
one.
He already passed him at number 5.
Yes,
Yeah.
but Hogan
Hogan has the number 3,
4.
4.
Yeah,
So who has number 3?
We do this every
Bruno.
single time. You would think I had to say
Bruno,
Who has
Bruno,
Bob.
Pedro, Bruno, Bob back.
Bob Backlund, or was it Pedro?
I think it's
he
either
passed Pedro.
he passed
Then it's
Pedro.
Bob.
So
Bob
Bob
has
back.
one, too.
So it's Bruno, Bob, Bruno,
Bruno.
Hulk, Roman.
So then you think they're trying to get him to number
Bruno, Bob, Hogan,
4? Told you Hogan
Bruno,
had 3.
Pedro. Oh, this. Oh, no. Okay, this needs to be updated. Okay, so Roman is at 1,042 plus. So
No,
he has.
that's
So he passed Pedro. So he's number 5 because Bruno is 1,237.
He's at
Yeah.
5.
okay.
And Hogan is at 1,474.
They're trying to pass Hogan.
That's a whole nother year.
Oh my
That
God!
is a whole nother
He's
year.
But Roman's at what, like 12 something now?
Is he?
He has to be.
Okay, I mean,
He has to be
That's
embarking.
still a year. That's okay.
That's
half
200
half a
days.
year.
Yeah. That's
No,
still April.
that's still over. That's still almost a year. that's still about.
Roman is currently at 1,100.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole nother year.
plus days.
I cannot take Roman
Nah.
as a champion for a whole
Nah.
nother year.
Well, I mean, you guys not like he's really doing it now.
We ain't got no choice. We don't see him.
Exactly. So
This, you know what? That's crazy. This is how they giving him that time. This is how they giving him that record.
yo, this is sad.
Yo, he has one hell of a fucking agent or whoever negotiated
Hey,
this
bro.
shit. Because that's insane. Hey, yeah, we're going to get you in the record book, but guess what? That last couple of years, you only got to show up maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's freaking wild.
Because you about to miss 2 premium live events.
The next event that he go show to, I don't even know. Will it be there at Survivor Series?
I don't know. He's not.
Have they, because, once again, I finally got Fox back. So have they hinted at him coming back to SmackDown anytime soon? No.
So
you see Paul on the phone and he's screaming at Solo to save him.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Call Roman.
Yeah.
So I know it's Jimmy. It's supposed to be Jimmy and Solo versus Cena and AJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what we about to get from Cena. I know Cena did the super whatever in India. That was his first time there.
And he will be at Crown.
Right.
Well, Cena,
so I'm trying to figure out how long are we getting Cena? I guess until the strike ends, like I said, off air with the movie strike and stuff.
Well, it's supposed to be for the next 2 months is what they advertise it as. So it's supposed to be through October. Is when they first came, it was John Cena on Friday Night
When
SmackDown.
is Survivor Series?
Through October, November.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's going to be there long enough. And the problem is that, John Cena has already come out and publicly said that he doesn't want to be the one to break Ric Flair's record when it comes out to championships.
Hmm.
So I think he's just content with staying tied with.
Yeah.
He
gonna let Charlotte do it.
Well, shit, that don't count.
It don't.
8 of those title reigns were given to Charlotte. Fuck that. I don't care.
In the course of a month.
Yeah. That shit don't count. But
what's the last on the agenda? Was that it?
Nope. Last thing, and this is gonna be quick. CM Punk
next,
possibly suing Tony Khan and AEW. At first, they said he wasn't going to sue.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
He's suing because he's a little bitch and his feelings are hurt. All right, there you go.
So he made an appearance at an MMA event. I think it was last weekend or something like that. But so it's been a lot of questions about him.
His feelings are hurt. That's all.
So Fastlane, Chicago, right?
I think so.
So this is the next premium live.
He said he has 2 months free.
He's not even going to be allowed in the building. How much you want that?
Or is it Survivor Series in Chicago?
Survivor Series is in Chicago.
He ain't going to be allowed in the building unless he buy a ticket.
I mean,
he about to get.
Technically, he works for them.
He's already been getting the chance on WWE
because he does commentary for UFC. So technically, he already works for them.
Golly, yo, it will be
it took the merger to get him back to WWE.
It will be the biggest freaking. I don't even want to say mistake.
So I see a story right here that's 2 days ago that says that he's not going to do it. He wants to move on with his life.
He doesn't need to. He's going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
His lawyers came back and said that, guess what? You started the fight. You're an idiot.
But AEW could sue him. But
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. They want to get into
because he just wants to move. But so y'all saying no? He's not coming to WWE.
Oh no, I think he is because Nick Khan has actually come out and said that he wouldn't mind it.
Oh, shit.
They said that several times right before he signed to AEW the very first time, when he showed up on the backstage shit, and he was talking about how he was employed by Fox and not WWE. But he even said it on there that he would entertain it. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing. There's no freaking way that he could do what he did in that locker room with WWE.
He already started shit with Regal in AEW. Called him a Triple H stooge, and he doesn't like him, doesn't respect him.
He's so fucking toxic, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. Anywhere he go, that's what's going to happen. That same AEW outcome is what's going to happen. That was his outcome from WWE. That's going to be his outcome from this and that.
Yeah.
CM Punk blames everybody else but himself. That's all he does.
All right, well, that's all I got.
That's all I have.
That's all I got.
All right.
So, guys, thank you. You have been watching Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your man 50 Grand, JD, a.k.a. Mr. Mike Drop. The Oracle.
This your boy, J-Man, a.k.a. Mr. Rot.
This is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka Wednesday Night Trey. And we are out.
We out. See you in 2 weeks.